and it just has four really simple fields. One is the current board state, so which pegs are on or off is just determined by bit set, which makes that pretty efficient. The possible moves that any specific position has is determined by an enum set. Because I only have 6 moves for each peg, I can just use an enum set for all 6 moves and just populate this field and then have a none or null for when it's empty. And then chosen indexes and chosen directions is how I store previous states that were already used. So that makes that really easy. Lastly, because after every move, the number of pegs turned on is the position in that array, I just use that to index where the previous move was. So I can undo by just adding 1 or subtracting 1 to the current position. That'll allow undo and redos. And then I just clean it up at the end, which makes it really easy.
So is that like a stack? Is that what you're talking about? You said you can subtract 1 or add 1. Is that to a number or is it like a stack?
Subtract 1 or add 1 to the current position. So like board dot, let me just show the presentation real quick. So like at the start, hold on, sorry, that's an error. We're just gonna fill it in green for right now. I just wanna show this. So let's say we move the peg into that bottom right corner. That's the first move we've made. The 2 red right here are the 2 empty spots, and that tells you you've already made, you're on move 2. Just based on the number of empty spots you have, it tells you what move you're on. So then I just use that to index into here to tell me which move I'm on and what the board state should be, which makes it pretty easy.
Why are you using the t variable? Are you having different types that?
Well, one of the constraints I wanted to give myself was to make this as memory efficient as possible. So the t variable is to use the smallest unsigned integer. And I found that a U16 was small enough. I could use a U8 to be slightly smaller, but I used a U16 so I could go up to like 320 rows.
Did you try testing for speed versus size? Because sometimes if you're using a 64-bit computer using a smaller size variable like that can actually cause slowdown.
No, because I only wanted to buy myself in memory for this. It was a terminal game, and I thought if you're playing a game on the terminal, you should use as little memory as possible. If you're, plus it's like I wouldn't even use the bit set if I wanted to go for speed, because the array would be faster instead of just looking at the positional index each time. Yeah. Okay, so now that I have that downloaded, oh no, what happened here? Oh, no, this one. Oh, no. This is because I changed versions, and I swear it was working.
Do you want to just switch back?
No, because I manually changed it and then deleted it. I guess I could.
Can Webby install old versions? Or
Yep.
Why don't you just use Webby?
You can do Webby at
I don't know if I have Webby still.
0.13. It's okay. You can do. Oh, you do.
Oh, I do. Okay, Webby at.
Zig at
It's not active. It's yeah.
Zig at
0.13 or what?
0.14.1.
Oh,
0.14.1 maybe?
oh, you're on Windows. You.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to run this from command.exe.
What's the difference between command.exe and PowerShell? Like?
Yeah, so PowerShell has some permission issues that it can't run a PowerShell script from the PowerShell prompt. It can only run PowerShell scripts from command.exe. So now if you do Webby and Zig at 0.14.
Yeah, that should be good.
Okay.
Okay, that was-
You don't have Webby.
Why did it tell me I did?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Like, Windows is not that well supported, and Windows 11 broke a lot of things.
That's fine. I'm just gonna download this and do this the hard way.
Yeah.
Anyway, the main point of this game was just to show programming chops for each of these, and then I just want to go through the files now to show the different states. This is a really simple game, but the most complicated part is this create board function, where it had all those things I was showing earlier. Compute all moves was just the brute force loop through every index, see what possible moves it has around it. That makes sense for the small board. This is faster just to do that. If I go up to like a board with 327 rows, it's way too slow. That's why I also have compute optimally, and that's where I was using the rings just to say on a per move level what pegs were being turned on and off. Then has move just tells me which board states, which pegs can move in a particular direction. This checks for both positive and negative moves, hence why I showed those. If someone wants to make a negative move, they should be able to. Dang, this is not going well. I got it working on my desktop. I thought it was fine, that I could just clone it and be done. I should have checked environment variables and ran through it on my laptop instead.
I think your problem is you don't have enough Chrome tabs open.
Oh yeah, this is just all research papers, to be honest, just for work.
If you open a few more, I'm sure it'll work.
Is this Git repo public?
Yeah, so you should be able to clone it on your computer.
Yeah, your download's probably done, if you wanna go open that.
Oh yes.
It's okay. It never works. Like when you're presenting, it never works. Even Niles has had problems before,
Yeah.
believe it or not.
What's the name of the
Malt. MAUHLT.
Egg solitaire?
Yeah.
I like the backslash on the file, like, the folder separator.
Yep, so this is called Windows. It's an ancient operating system from the 80s. And they've updated it with 3D animations, just like GNOME.
Amazing.
And one other thing they did is that this backslash has a hidden second. It shows a single backslash here, which is really annoying because when you load it in, it's actually 2 backslashes because it's escaping itself, and it doesn't like to tell you that. So for a very long time when I was trying to find files, and I didn't know this because I came from Python and you can just like copy paste and it works. I was like, why isn't this working in Zig? Why can't I open a stupid file? Then I found that out. And I was like, oh.
Man. Yeah, that's the struggle of like when you're first learning like programming.
Yeah.
You're just like, why can't I open a file? What the heck, man? Should be so easy.
We're just lucky that Unix decided to say that a file is a file is a file. Previously, you had to know the memory layout of different file types in order to open them.
Those were the good old days. Back when you had to write a driver for your Word document.
Oh, you're still getting the same error. Type Zig version. Zig version. Oh.
fs.file has one member named stand-in.
Yeah, maybe that was never correct. The SCDN, I think it's inside of. I don't know. I always forget. I always just copy and paste it from somewhere else every time.
What? Yeah.
Let me look at the
Sorry.
reference.
I was literally playing this game. Let me think of another way this could work.
Well, I for one am very disappointed. I was promised a non-broken game, and what I said
It's true.
for months you hyped up a
I
non-broken
think
game.
this was the 0.14 version. Does scd.io get SCDN?
Oh, then do I need actual 0.4? Let's see. This is almost done. I'm just gonna extract that.
0.14 like in point one, it should just be bug fixes, it's not.
Okay, not changes.
Yeah, they don't like break stuff between the minor versions.
Shoot, how did I do this? Darn.
Usually.
Usually. Fair.
I can't believe I broke this. Then please tell me that works or no.
Oh, that looks fancy.
It should be this. I just don't have my desktop set up on my laptop, so I just need to pull this in. Darn, I'm sorry, guys. I really thought this was working well.
Should have made a Docker image.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you should hear you.
You know, I worked with August Rain, and the other day he's like, we should just write our own microkernel to run our binary in.
Just ship the
And I'm
whole
like,
thing.
finally, the voice of reason is
That's
back. He was on vacation for a
That's how
little
games
bit.
used to all be made.
Yeah,
Your
exactly.
whole OS and driver stack.
I love working with him.
Hold on. I just need to find where that
My
error is.
favorite is Docker Compose, where you put multiple Docker images together. But you can use it for other things, but it's like, I heard you like Docker, here's Docker for your Docker.
Yes, but when did that change? Because I must have been on 0.13 then. Where is this happening? In game.zig.
Oh, you want me to check that one?
Okay, so sdfs.file.standard in
It's scd.os.
sd.os.
Um,
No, or sd.
or no, scd.io.getSCDN. Do that one.
Okay. In equals to sd.io.get standard in.
I will check the 0.13 docs to see if that's where you were getting it from.
I am.
In 0.13, it looks like it was done the same way.
Is it? I swear I was using a version of 0.15. And I feel like I was using 0.15 dev version. And
You're trying to do an import as well, where you're importing source/helpers.zig, but you're importing it with a capital H and the file has a lowercase h.
wait, sorry, say that again.
Your import.
Your import is using the wrong case
Where?
in main,
In
and
main?
maybe somewhere else. It looks like, does Windows have case insensitive file names?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your
it
case
does.
is sensitive.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I see. You were getting it from 0.15.1. That's the new way of doing SCDN.
Yes, but then why would it break? That's why I don't understand.
Were you on
Yes.
0.15.1
Reinstall it.
Because here is 15.
Change the other one first.
Dash 14.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't.
Oh yeah, it's open.
Close it. Oh gosh. Alright, well, I can save my first game as a whoop. That's hilarious. Let me just delete that.
Yeah.
Follow the rules.
There you go. Now, type Zig version. Zig version. It's a
It
dev
is the
release.
dev.
Try getting the latest 0.15 point, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, grab the stable. Oh, looks like you already had one.
Oh no, those were the other downloads, I think. Yeah, those were the other downloads we just did. Oh, I do have one. Where is that? That's right here.
Oh, is that an ARM Windows laptop? That's cool.
Yeah,
I didn't notice you were clicking it on.
I did click arm. Oh wait, it's not. I extracted it to the wrong place. I'm so sorry about this, guys.
Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, it's okay. We're just here to hang out and have a good time and learn a little bit. And sometimes that's definitely,
Next time, just commit the zig binary into your repo.
Yeah, I should. They used to have this field that says like requires this version of Zig, and then you could auto download that version of Zig with your thing. But then they removed it, and it was just in one dev branch, and I've never seen that dev branch again. But I used it for the longest time because it just made it easy because I could go to another machine and it would download the version of Zig I needed. Windows terminal. Nope.
Oh.
Okay, we're gonna call this 15. Call this Zig.
Amazing. Not really. I kind of want to go get food across the street real quick. I expect a non-broken game when I come back.
Legitimate? Oh my gosh. What is I?
Oh,
yeah,
So the function,
right? So now you gotta go back to what it was.
did you find the function for getting standard in? Because I found it.
Okay.
It's standard.io.getStandIn.reader.
Well, you switched to
So-
0.15.1.
Oh,
Yes, but when you reopen the terminal, it resources the variable,
Yeah.
which it just did. So I'm on Zig version 0.
Andrew will help you.
Okay.
I believe in anyone named Andrew.
This is in game 37.
Well, I moved to 14.1, but you moved to 15.
SDA
What?
get standard in. Reader has no member. Oh, okay. RN standard.io. Is it IO now? Yes, it is.
Standard.io, that lowercase I.
Oh, no, I'm on Zig version 15, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Dot get standard in? No. Is that the issue? IO redeclaration of local variable in doesn't make any sense.
Saying you're declaring it on 38 and
I think I just didn't save the file when I wrote it. IO has no member standard in. Okay, screw it. We're going ChatGPT.
are you sure it's a capital IO?
I think so. I will try the lowercase again. Sorry, I'm typing weird. I'm usually used to a Dvorak keyboard, and this is a QWERTY keyboard, so it's throwing me off. So lowercase or capital, it says get standard in is not a thing, which is weird. How to get standard input on version 0.5.1.
Says the same thing.
Oh, it changed to buffered reader. Get get SD. How is that any different from what I just wrote? Standard in equals standard.io.getStandardIn.reader.
So
I would probably stay, honestly, with Zig 14 for now.
Okay.
Zig 15 does not have nearly as much documentation out about it.
Okay. 15.
Yours is the only code Copilot is looking at, so.
No, this is a connected. So Microsoft does this weird thing where this is a website, but they don't tell you it's a website. So it's going to their database right now, and they're probably extracting data from me for using this button. But I do like auto-generating images, which I use for my video game Create. Drag it, and it will just do that.
Some goofy file.
Yeah.
Did you know they recently rewrote the search menu in React Native?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did that.
Because that was a good choice.
Well, it's for the product team.
Oh, here. Okay. Now I have a different issue, and that is totally fine.
That's always product. It's a different error. It's a better error. Yeah.
This is because I changed versions, which is totally fine. Where is that? That is just a simple function in board.zig.
Did you switch back to 14?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, please don't tell me I have to change this for all dot appends. No! 6 months.
You're passing in two, oh yeah, you're looking at the same thing I am. You're passing in two things to the stack append.
Oh, you know what? Let's just use tpost. Of course, I don't have LSP in this. Yeah, but the problem is I don't know how many append functions I have, because 15 uses the double, but 14 doesn't.
Did it? Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Because what data type is stack? Is it a list, an array list?
Yeah, it's an array list.
Because they just store the allocator as a member variable.
In 14, yes. In 15, I don't think so. In 15, you have to pass the allo every time. Because they wanted it to be IO independent, and to make it IO independent, it has to have an intrusive interface, which requires you to pass the allo every time. Okay.
All right, what did I miss? I had to step out for a.
We're
Literally,
debugging.
yeah,
Debugging, okay.
yeah. I'm just converting from the previous case to the new case because it seems to work on 0.14, but 0.14, but not 0.15, which is weird.
Were you possibly on a nightly version?
There we go.
Hey, it's non-broken.
So-
Yes!
okay.
Promises delivered.
Okay.
Niles is missing that.
We'll see. Why is that not working?
Miles was unfaithful. He does not get to share in the word this morning.
Hey, I also got it working.
Wow. Okay. So I think I understand why it was broken earlier. The version of my environment variables on this computer are different than the environment variables on my desktop at home. So I need to make a GitHub profile and just pull that every time. So I don't need to do this ever again. All right, let's play this game that I've been talking about for a while now. Promise this works. But basically, I just made like a start menu that welcomes you, and then a
Prompt.
I know exactly what I did. I committed all my changes for this game on my desktop, and I never pushed them up. That's why. That's why, because the help menu right now, that welcome to Peg Solitaire, that is like several commits ago for me. And I'm like, why am I looking at this? This is not how the game starts. Whatever. It starts with the board that I was showing. Horizontal is an empty peg. Vertical is a regular peg. I understand my mistake. I didn't push the latest version of this game that I had working. Perfect. Now I understand. Everything makes sense. The universe is a good place. Question mark just brings up the help page, which shows the board and the listed commands. But I think the more important part is thinking about this game in terms of positions or indexes and which direction you want to move. So right now, it's like in this spot. The reason why I talk about negative versus positive moves, everyone sees there's a horizontal line at the top. That's the empty peg. It's easier to just say 0 down right at the start than thinking, oh, what is 2 rows down, 2 rows to the right. So I can just do like 0 DR, and that'll undo those two. And then I should be able to press U and just return state. Never mind. I knew this was broken. I can't do the undo here. Oh well. Because I didn't push my changes. Oh well. Let's see if hard R works. Hard R works, but undo does not. Which is funny. So we're gonna have to start. So if you guys want to like test out the game and just
Wait, how do you get it to move? It's not accepting any moves I try. So like type DR, right?
yeah, 0. Oh, you have to say the index.
Okay.
So 0 and then DR, or DR and then 0.
Okay, that works.
Yeah. And now that works. And then I should probably just push this. But the main point is we can play this game now. It plays like this. It should have a end state. 2-0. Right. It plays like that and should keep updating until you win the game. Hard R, because that's hilarious for reset. Okay. So, yeah. And then one other... I can probably push this and then have you guys like play it maybe, or not. Or I can just walk through this and have you guys call out moves. Whichever one you want. Or we can do questions or talks about other aspects of this game that I had.
I'd love to learn about your coding journey.
My coding journey, it was brutal. I will be
That's
honest.
what I wanted to hear.
Literally, it was okay. So, the motto in neuroscience is you don't know shit. Read a textbook and then come back and try again. So, a lot of neuroscience students just churn through textbooks, and then they forget all of it within a week until they find one line that just happens to be relevant. The hard part with Zig is there's no textbook for me to churn through. And when I talk to people on Discord, there's like a language that I'm just like missing. They will mention a term here or there. Enum sets that I talked about earlier, no idea what an enum set is. I learned an enum. I was like, oh, what is the enum set? And it's like, oh, obviously it's just a set using enum positions as their values. But at the time, I was like, oh, didn't know you could just combine that. Or they'll be like, oh, is it Pythonic or Zigthonic? I was like, okay, maybe that's like related to the language, but like they meant, oh no, there's this underlying idiomatic way of writing the code that more experienced coders knew. And you only get that by just reading documentation. So that's when I learned, oh, so the book for Zig is literally the GitHub Zig function files. So I spent like a weekend just reading all of those, trying to get like, oh, how do they do different switch statements, or when do they use union enums? That was tough. And then I got like and then I found this, which was like a Zig Cook book. This thing. I found this for Rust, and then I was like, oh no.
Oh, they're actually keeping it up to date, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
And this like was a good like first starter journey into the Zig world and learning how to do like really basic operations. And then I used this to make like a really basic web server. And then I saw your talk, and of course I redid my web server. I didn't just stick with this one.
Laughing at the image.
Yeah.
That's funny.
The AI generated
Ziguana?
cooking over top of the dishwasher.
Yeah. There's no, yeah. And your computer's
Pulled off
just,
the pool between phases.
It's okay, Microsoft updated their entire website to look like this. You visit any Microsoft knowledge base, every picture is AI generated now.
I'm
Yes.
just proud of you that my talk inspired you to write your own web server. So.
yeah. Yeah, because I realized I don't really know a lot of stuff. The easiest part actually for me was the data structure, and not the data structures, the algorithms. That was very easy for me. The harder parts was the learning the new data structures, like because I tried rolling my own Git. Because someone said that was a good starter project, and I was like, "What is this?" And then I just fell into a black hole of what does Git do, and I was like, "This is not a good starter project." I swear, the hardest part was choosing that first project, because I went from web server to roll Git to this thing until I found this. I literally have so many projects that are just not completed. Like I think even on here I have them.
Yeah, in my talk, when I said you should just write your own stuff, not use other people's stuff, I did not mean Git.
Yeah, yeah. So I literally tried audio compression in Zig, and I was like, that's hard as heck. Tried Bittrex, which is just implementing all the algorithms in the Hackers book that Niles talked about a while ago. This is like a port of the game engine, saw it broke like 2 days ago, and I was like, okay, shoot, I'll just change to PegSol too, because that's working. Pulled it, and then realized that's broken when I got here. Tried creating an image compression, and I was like, why is this so hard too? Literally just threw myself at all these different projects that like just kept failing. And then I finally got this thing to work, and I was like, okay, I have something. I can do something in Zig now. Like, and this is just on this laptop. I have so many more on my desktop at home, just trying random stuff, trying to figure out how this works.
That's awesome.
No, but like, okay, I think the main motivation for me is a combination of jealousy that I see like random YouTubers just killing it on Zig, and like interesting curiosity in how does computer science work. And it's like those two that fuel me like, oh, I need to learn a new thing that I'm completely not good at. Yeah. Literally, the worst project out of all of these was the XML parser, because XML is not version standardized. So it changes on what year and what system you're on. And that was so hard for me. Because I thought XML is so simple. Oh, opening tag, closing tag. Niles gave a bunch of talks on tokenizers. I can do this. And then XML just was not standardized. One function has a closing bracket, and then another version, if you add that closing bracket, it will break the way it parses it. And I was like, oh.
You know what
that's really
parser
right.
is actually easy to write? That would be a good project for something like that, is a TOML parser.
A TOML parser?
Yeah, TOML is not changed essentially ever.
I would start with either JSON or YAML, not as written in the specification document, but YAML as you find it anywhere that you've ever seen it.
So
Also
I did,
known as TOML.
so
What?
TOML is a subset of YAML. Well, so is
TOML
JSON.
is an any file, it's a nested any file.
Yeah, that's also... YAML can support TOML and JSON. It's a superset of both. It is, though. I'm not making that up.
is there a new YAML spec?
Am I wrong? I could be wrong.
YAML supports a lot of things, like it supports embedding arbitrary code and arbitrary like types in, but the way that you'll almost always see it used is just a white space delimited JSON, where if something is an empty array, it uses JSON brackets, and if it's a non-empty
Okay.
array, then it has hyphen, indented hyphens.
I was incorrect.
Okay.
It is a superset of JSON though.
Yeah, yes, technically yes.
Okay, and
So-
then,
So Brian, you're saying that the cookbook helped you learn how to do stuff and also looking at, is it standard live or and stuff like that you were looking at? or-
no, the cookbook was just like the first thing I used to actually get my foot in to say that I can do something in Zig. That's all I meant by that. To actually learn how to use Zig, I had to go through their GitHub documentation. And then the main purpose I wanted to learn Zig was because there's this game which is super simple. It's complicated now, but when this game came out, it was literally just a figure-8 track. And the main reason I love this game is because it is used so much in reinforcement learning for generating ML agents to run a track. And so I wanted to create a simple version of this, and that's why I went down that game engine journey in the first place. But yeah, the cookbook was just to get a first step in, and then the GitHub documentation itself was like my journey in. And then I did make a JSON parser. I learned to do that after I tried my XML journey. And then my current goal is to finish up all the I/O issues I have with my current game engine renderer and just get ML learning on Zig Go with a simple racetrack. And then see if I can get it to the point where it just beats me and see how fast I can get it to go. That's like my next goals. And then, yeah. And the reason why I wanted to do that on this computer is because Microsoft released a new version of their machine learning API called, I think it's called ML Machine or Machine ML, one of those two. But it's a nice API that uses, it's less accurate, it uses integers instead of floats, but it's way faster because it does that. And they found that by converting a float to an integer and then running it, you can still get some good models. So that's like the end goal for all of this. And that's the talk. Just kidding. Thanks, Niles, for returning. Just kidding.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right.
Did you get it working?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
brought plenty to share, right?
Oh, of course.
Wait, aubergine? You're not who I thought you were.
And they're like, yeah,
I don't
that's,
know if I'm
I'm
gonna
not
find
who
you.
anyone thinks I am.
Did you see that they're doing experiments with ternary computers?
yes, yeah. And those are going to be very interesting, but until, because they try to do like three things. One is they try to do ternary, another is they try to embed your results into a smaller number instead of using like full space.
Mhm.
One way of doing that was with the hints that Microsoft did. Another way was they use like a special type of float 16 that's less precise but faster. Called the we'll see how all this turns out. I don't know if the ternary thing is going to be that much better because it's already so fast for a transitioner to do binary. I don't know if going to ternary is going to be better.
The advantage that ternary in theory is supposed to have, I don't know if it will, is it is more power efficient than binary operations in theory. So
It's called the radix economy.
Oh,
Look that up.
Radix or
Yeah, radix, RADIX, economy.
Yeah,
different number bases have different inherent stability, and the most stable radix is 3.
And the most
What-
optimal
wait,
number
sorry.
of bits is 2.71828.
Well, that's because that's Euler's number, but the closest number that is actually practical to have is 3.
Yeah, because you can't have 2.7 bits, it turns out. But yeah, but the problem is physics. So we have to find chemicals and compounds and molecules that react in appropriate ways. And how many years did it take us to get to gallium nitride after? So Steve Jobs got us to the switching power bank, and then it was like another 20 or 30 years, and so it's 80.
We built the first ternary computer in the 1960s, though, and by we I mean the commies in Russia. But so it's not like we haven't done it before.
Well, what I'm saying is that physically, it has to be optimal. Like the blue LED is one of the miracles of physics, because one dude
Yeah.
spent like hundreds of thousands of dollars of his company's money against his manager's wishes, but for some reason they couldn't fire him. Made them billions of dollars, and he never saw a penny for it. But like,
Didn't you get like $20 or something?
150 in today's dollars.
Yeah, he got a really small amount.
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, I mean, like the
Veritasium has a whole thing on him.
yeah, that's what I was referencing actually. But the physics of how do we create a compound that has the properties that we want? Because there's one thing to say, okay, an ideal transistor behaves this way, and an ideal op amp behaves this way, but then physical reality hits, and there's always leakage currents, there's always inefficiencies. You can't get a square wave, you can only get a sine wave that looks really, 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 really close to square, but the more gigahertz you pump in, the more it goes back to a sine wave. And so you have to have a material that has the response characteristics that would allow for it to change into those states efficiently and the losses to be little enough. And right now, I don't think we have the physics that supports that. And if we did invent a new material that had those properties by someone doing what the guy with the blue LED did, we're not going to get it for another 10 or 20 years, and then.
Well, I
then
think we
has-
have it, and
it
I'm
just
calling it
improve.
optical computing, because we're using gallium nitride to create specific wavelengths of blue to do calculations with it now. And
Calculations with the optical
yeah, with the light.
sensors?
Yeah, so instead of, because normally right now, what we do is we pass memory into a register and then we modify it. And the way this happens is that you have just a basic set of reflectors that does add, and you just shine the light into it when you need it. The hard part with this is separating out data, but the cool part of this is because it's at the speed of light, you're not getting any energy loss that way. Your energy loss is just the bleed out of the light in other directions. But going through the circuit, you're theoretically as good as possible. And
Don't know
I-
if any
and it's also
medium-
as fast as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I
That
would
is the
just,
speed of information.
I would be deeply shocked if someone actually had the ability to make optical computing equivalent to what we have with silicon right now.
No. It can't do. It can't do what the CPU does. It can do what the GPU does, only with math. It's just for math, like just for machine.
Are you
algorithms.
okay, are you talking about like special purpose, like
Yeah.
it only does one thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah,
It's just to
I know
get.
Microsoft has a couple
It's-
computers like that.
It's just to get your AI training a lot faster because it does, because light will do the calculation in picoseconds while electrons and transistors will do them in nanoseconds. So it's just slightly faster to be worth it for machine learning. It's not worth it if you want to do anything else like search the web or something.
Can run Doom. If you can't run Doom, I'm not buying it.
Maybe one
There's
day.
this guy I watch who restores super old computers. He's got a YouTube channel, it's called Usagi Electric. He
Yes.
restored a computer from the 1950s, and he couldn't get it to run the video game Doom, but he could get it to run the theme song from Doom.
It's just, yeah.
Runner-up prize, I guess.
Speaking of which, are you wearing a Doom shirt right now? Oh no, that's a Linux guy.
Depends on how you look at it.
I couldn't tell because like the red orange is the old style of the guy in the background.
Definitely do.
It's
Yeah.
Doom, but with tufts on it.
Language to
Yeah.
This is the year of the Linux desktop after all.
Oh, yeah, Umachi.
Oh, yeah. I've got Omarchy on here right now.
Yeah, and the fun thing is there's at least 3 different ways to pronounce it.
Yeah.
All right, so are we clapping?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm clapping.
We're clapping.